Did you know that something as simple as the food on your plate could be putting you at risk for a life-threatening stroke? It might sound unbelievable, but your daily meals could be silently increasing your chances of suffering from one of the leading causes of death worldwide. Every bite of food you take has the power to either protect your brain or damage it. So, how do we avoid this risk? Let's dive into the foods that could be pushing you closer to a stroke and how we can make healthier choices. A stroke is a medical emergency that happens when blood flow to the brain is interrupted, either by a blockage or a rupture in the blood vessels. There are two main types of strokes: ischemic, which occurs when a blood clot blocks an artery, and hemorrhagic, which happens when a blood vessel bursts. Both can have life-changing consequences, leaving survivors with long-term effects or, in the worst cases, leading to death. But did you know that what you eat plays a major role in either increasing or decreasing your risk? A diet full of unhealthy foods can raise your blood pressure, clog your arteries, and damage your heart, all of which are linked to a higher risk of stroke. Let's explore the 7 foods that might be increasing your stroke risk, and more importantly, how you can avoid them to protect your health.
Processed meats. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats are often part of many people's daily diets. But what if I told you that they could be quietly sabotaging your heart health? These meats are high in sodium, preservatives, and unhealthy fats, all of which can increase your risk of stroke. Sodium is a key culprit because it raises blood pressure, and high blood pressure is one of the primary risk factors for stroke. When your blood pressure is consistently high, it puts more pressure on your blood vessels, making them more likely to become damaged over time. But it's not just the sodium that's the issue. Processed meats also contain unhealthy fats, like saturated fats and trans fats, which can lead to the buildup of plaque in your arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis. This plaque buildup narrows the arteries and makes it harder for blood to flow freely, increasing the risk of a blockage or clot that could trigger a stroke. For example, think of your arteries like pipes in your home. If these pipes get clogged with debris, water can't flow properly, and eventually the pressure might cause a burst. In the case of your arteries, this could lead to a stroke. While it's okay to indulge in processed meats occasionally, it's best to limit their intake and opt for leaner, healthier protein sources like chicken, fish, and plant-based alternatives. Switching to healthier protein options is a simple yet powerful step you can take to lower your stroke risk. By making this change, you're helping to protect your blood pressure and keeping your arteries clear, which are both essential for stroke prevention.
Fried foods. Who doesn't love a crispy fried chicken or a serving of golden French fries? They taste great, but unfortunately, fried foods can be dangerous for your health. When foods are deep fried, they absorb large amounts of unhealthy fats, particularly trans fats. These fats are known to increase your bad cholesterol, LDL, levels, and lower your good cholesterol, HDL levels. High levels of LDL cholesterol can lead to a buildup of plaque in your arteries, which can restrict blood flow and raise your risk of stroke. Fried foods also contribute to weight gain, as they are high in calories. Excess weight puts additional strain on your heart, increasing your blood pressure and your risk of developing conditions like diabetes, both of which are closely linked to stroke. Let's think about this in simpler terms. Imagine you're coating your arteries with thick layers of fat every time you eat fried food. Over time, this can clog your arteries and prevent blood from flowing freely, creating the perfect conditions for a stroke to occur. The good news is that you don't have to give up fried foods completely, but moderation is key. Try air frying or baking instead of deep frying. These healthier cooking methods allow you to enjoy crispy textures without the harmful fats. You can also explore healthier alternatives, like grilled chicken or baked vegetables, which will nourish your body without putting your stroke risk at the forefront. Making small changes like this can go a long way in improving your overall health and significantly lowering your chances of stroke.
High sodium foods. Salt is often the unseen enemy in many of our favorite meals, from chips and canned soups to processed snacks and restaurant food. High sodium foods are abundant in our diets, and they're one of the leading causes of high blood pressure. But why is sodium so dangerous? When we consume too much, our bodies retain extra water to balance out the sodium levels in the bloodstream. This increases the volume of blood in our blood vessels, raising the pressure against the vessel walls. Over time, this constant strain can damage the arteries and heart, significantly increasing the risk of stroke. High blood pressure is often referred to as the silent killer because it doesn't show obvious symptoms until it's too late. Many people have high blood pressure without realizing it, and foods high in sodium can be a major contributor. Even a small amount of salt can raise your blood pressure significantly, especially if you eat it frequently. Let's break it down with an example. Imagine your blood vessels as garden hoses. When you water your garden with a low-pressure nozzle, everything flows smoothly. But if the pressure increases, the hose starts to stretch and weaken, and it can eventually burst. The same thing happens with your arteries when you consume too much salt. The extra pressure weakens and damages the blood vessels, leading to an increased risk of stroke. To reduce sodium in your diet, start by reading food labels carefully. Opt for fresh, whole foods whenever possible, and try seasoning your meals with herbs, spices, or lemon instead of salt. You don't have to completely eliminate salt, but keeping track of how much you're consuming and choosing lower sodium options can make a big difference in your stroke risk.
Refined carbs and sugary snacks. When it comes to foods that increase your stroke risk, you may not immediately think of sugary snacks and refined carbohydrates. However, these foods can have a major impact on your overall health. Refined carbohydrates, such as white bread, pastries, and sugary cereals, are quickly absorbed into the bloodstream, causing spikes in your blood sugar levels. This can lead to insulin resistance, weight gain, and a higher risk of developing diabetes, conditions that significantly increase your risk of stroke. When you eat refined carbs, your body breaks them down quickly into sugar, which can cause an immediate increase in blood sugar levels. In the long run, these sugar spikes can damage your blood vessels and increase the likelihood of clot formation, which could lead to a stroke. Additionally, consuming too many sugary snacks or drinks often leads to weight gain, and carrying excess weight puts extra strain on your heart and increases your blood pressure, further raising your stroke risk. Think of your body like a car engine. If you fill it with the wrong type of fuel, like sugary refined carbs, it might run quickly for a while, but eventually the engine will wear down and start malfunctioning. Similarly, your body may initially handle sugar spikes, but over time, this can lead to serious issues, including strokes. To protect your health, try replacing refined carbs with whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat bread. These foods are digested more slowly, providing a steady release of energy without spiking your blood sugar. Also, swap sugary snacks for natural sources of sweetness, such as fruit, which provides vitamins and fiber along with a healthier form of sugar. By making these simple switches, you'll help stabilize your blood sugar,
reduce your risk of obesity and diabetes, and lower your chances of having a stroke.
Alcohol, excessive consumption. It's easy to overlook the potential dangers of alcohol, especially when it's often seen as a relaxing way to unwind. But excessive alcohol consumption is a significant contributor to stroke risk. While moderate drinking might not cause immediate harm, overindulging on a regular basis can raise your blood pressure, trigger irregular heart rhythms, and even damage your liver. All of these factors increase your chances of suffering a stroke. When you drink alcohol in excess, your blood pressure can rise dramatically. High blood pressure, as we've already discussed, is the leading risk factor for stroke. Alcohol can also interfere with the normal functioning of the heart, leading to conditions like atrial fibrillation, a type of irregular heartbeat that can cause blood clots to form in the heart. These clots can then travel to the brain and block blood flow, resulting in a stroke. Imagine your heart as a drum, beating in a smooth, regular rhythm. Now picture the irregular, chaotic sound of a drum that's out of sync. This is what happens to your heart when you drink too much. It's not only uncomfortable, but dangerous, increasing your chances of blood clots that could cause a stroke. To minimize your stroke risk, it's important to keep alcohol consumption within healthy limits. For most people, this means no more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 drinks per day for men. If you find it challenging to cut back, consider seeking help from a healthcare provider or a support group. Moderating your alcohol intake can significantly reduce your blood pressure, protect your heart, and lower your risk of stroke. Remember, it's all about balance and moderation. High-fat dairy products, cheese, butter, and cream. These indulgent, creamy dairy products are a staple in many people's diets. But while they may taste delicious, they come with hidden dangers. High-fat dairy products are packed with saturated fats, which can raise your levels of LDL, bad cholesterol, in the blood. This increase in bad cholesterol leads to the buildup of plaque in the arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis. As the plaque thickens and narrows the arteries, it becomes more difficult for blood to flow freely, raising the risk of stroke. Saturated fats aren't just found in dairy. They're also present in fatty cuts of meat and certain processed foods. But dairy is one of the most common sources, especially in diets that rely heavily on cheese, butter, or cream for flavor. Over time, regularly consuming high-fat dairy products can lead to clogged arteries and poor cardiovascular health, both of which are linked to higher stroke risk. Imagine your arteries as a busy highway. If there's too much traffic, plaque buildup, cars can't move as easily, and congestion can lead to accidents, blockages. The more high-fat dairy you consume, the more traffic you create in your arteries, making it more likely that something will go wrong. The good news is that there are plenty of healthier alternatives to high-fat dairy products. Opt for low-fat or fat-free versions of your favorite dairy products, or try plant-based alternatives like almond milk, soy cheese, or avocado as a creamy substitute. These options will help you maintain the richness in flavor without compromising your heart health. By reducing your intake of saturated fats, you can protect your arteries, reduce your stroke risk, and still enjoy delicious meals. Artificial sweeteners. When you're trying to cut back on sugar, it's tempting to turn to artificial sweeteners as a healthier alternative. These sugar substitutes are often marketed as sugar-free or diet, making them seem like the perfect choice for anyone looking to manage their calorie intake or reduce their risk of diabetes. However, recent research suggests that artificial sweeteners might not be as harmless as they seem, and in fact, they may increase the risk of stroke. Although artificial sweeteners don't raise your blood sugar like regular sugar, they can disrupt your body's ability to regulate insulin and blood sugar levels over time. Some studies suggest that frequent consumption of artificial sweeteners can lead to metabolic changes, which can increase the risk of obesity, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes, all of which are known stroke risk factors. Furthermore, artificial sweeteners can trigger cravings for sweet foods, leading you to eat more processed foods and sugary snacks, which only add to your overall health risks. Think of your body like a finely tuned machine that's designed to run on natural, wholesome ingredients. When you feed it artificial substances that don't quite behave the same way as the real thing, like artificial sweeteners, it can throw off the entire system, leading to long-term consequences. This can be especially dangerous when combined with other unhealthy eating habits, making stroke risk more likely. If you're looking to cut back on sugar, consider replacing artificial sweeteners with natural alternatives like stevia or monk fruit, which have been shown to have a less disruptive effect on metabolism. Alternatively, try to reduce your overall sweetness intake and embrace more whole foods like fruits that offer natural sweetness along with important nutrients. By swapping artificial sweeteners for healthier options, you can protect your body from potential metabolic issues and lower your stroke risk.
How to combat stroke risk. What to eat instead. While it's crucial to avoid the foods that increase your stroke risk, it's just as important to focus on what you should be eating to protect your brain and overall health. A heart-healthy diet can go a long way in reducing your chances of having a stroke, and fortunately, there are plenty of delicious and nutritious options to choose from. First and foremost, loading up on fruits and vegetables is one of the best things you can do for your heart. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens are packed with potassium, which helps balance sodium levels in the body and reduce blood pressure. Fruits such as berries, citrus fruits, and apples are rich in antioxidants, which can help prevent oxidative damage to blood vessels. Not only will these foods help keep your arteries clear, but they'll also provide essential nutrients that your body needs to function at its best. In addition to fruits and vegetables, incorporating healthy fats into your diet is essential for stroke prevention. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, can help lower blood pressure and reduce inflammation in the body. Nuts, seeds, and olive oil are also excellent sources of healthy fats that support heart health. These fats help keep your blood vessels flexible and clear, making it less likely that a clot will form and lead to a stroke. Whole grains are another important part of a stroke-fighting diet. Foods like brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat pasta, and oats are rich in fiber, which helps control blood sugar levels and maintain a healthy weight. Fiber also promotes good digestion and heart health by lowering cholesterol levels. By making the switch from refined carbs to whole grains, you'll be nourishing your body with the nutrients it needs while keeping your blood sugar levels steady and your stroke risk low. Finally, lean proteins like chicken, turkey, and plant-based sources such as beans and lentils can provide your body with the protein it needs to build and repair cells without the added fats that come with processed meats. If you're looking to add flavor and variety to your meals, consider experimenting with herbs and spices like garlic, turmeric, and ginger, which are known for their anti-inflammatory and heart-protective properties. By focusing on a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, whole grains, and lean proteins, you can significantly reduce your risk of stroke while improving your overall health. It's all about making the right choices. Choosing foods that nourish your body and support your cardiovascular system so you can continue living a long, healthy life. Now that we know which foods to avoid and what to replace them with, let's move forward with a little reminder for everyone. Before we wrap up, I want everyone to comment below with your symptoms or the type of disease you're concerned about.
I'll reply to your comments or discuss them in the next video so everyone knows how to handle it. My goal is to achieve good health and live happily with the people you love. And don't forget to like and share this video with your friends so they can learn this important knowledge too.
Strong conclusion and call to action. As we've explored, the foods you eat play a crucial role in either increasing or decreasing your risk of stroke. From processed meats and fried foods to excessive alcohol and artificial sweeteners, it's clear that some of the most common foods we consume can silently contribute to high blood pressure, plaque buildup, and other health issues that ultimately increase stroke risk. But the good news is, it's never too late to make changes to your diet and lifestyle. By choosing heart-healthy foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, you can significantly reduce your chances of experiencing a stroke and improve your overall well-being. Making small adjustments to what you eat today can pay huge dividends for your future health. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to take care of your body and protect yourself from life-threatening diseases. It's all about making smarter choices, swapping out unhealthy foods for those that support a healthy heart and brain. And don't forget that you don't have to do it alone. Share this video with your loved ones so they can protect their health too. Now, before we conclude, I encourage you to comment below with any symptoms you're experiencing or the type of health issues you're concerned about. I'll respond to your comments or even address them in the next video to help everyone understand how to handle it. Together, we can work toward a healthier future. I'm here to help you take the necessary steps to ensure you and your loved ones stay healthy and happy. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends so they can also benefit from this valuable knowledge. Thank you for watching, and remember, your health is in your hands. Make the right choices today for a brighter, healthier tomorrow.